go with a grain of salt. So this one is a little different. This tier list is a driveless and mystic codeless tier list.
Except for heal or cleanse. Except for those
heal.
two.
No, no cleanse. No heal. Just heal. No cleanse.
Oh,
Take a
just heal.
hike.
Okay.
Just heal. No cleanse. So,
Come
yeah.
on.
I know why you're saying that. I know exactly why you're saying cleanse. I don't need to actually ask. Oh. No worries, got you covered. And now the second one. No cleanse and no mystic codes outside of heal. And basically you can only use one mystic code, which is the one that gives you 4 heals. That is the only mystic code you can use. This is also considering 3 more factors. No drive activations or skills. No drive. Nothing of that.
No drive skills.
No mystic codes
drive.
outside of the heals. And this testing was done on Stormy Sea Palace. Only that map. No Millennium, no Rome, City of Destiny, and no Saint Metropolita. Only considering you are playing Stormy Sea Palace, probably the relatively most fun and balanced map. Okay? So yes, we're not gonna have a Gilgamesh EX, so because we're not playing Millennium.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. So we are gonna start off tier list from again bottom.
Our favorite.
Nothing has changed, Drake. You can explain what's the difference this time.
Absolutely nothing.
Actually, no, there is a difference. Her only good point is gone. Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing has changed. She's still pretty bad.
Like, because
Yeah,
we no longer have drive and drive gain does not matter. Our one positive, our main positive, is now gone. She is worse, no questions asked anymore, than every character in this game without an actual question of the doubt. The only kind of positive she still has is Golden Anchor, and it's a kind of positive. Not really a full positive.
Yep.
So, sorry to every Drake fan out there.
Don't worry, guys. FGO has you covered.
Yeah, just play her. At least there she's
Just
good.
play FGO. Just play FGO. Don't play Extella Link for Drake. Let's go FGO.
Exactly. That's... Now, we're done with D tier, but Washima would like to put a specific character in D tier. I still think this character deserves C tier. What a fall from grace, huh?
Definitely.
This is your character.
Definitely.
You explain the problem now.
Well, the main issue with this one is that... well, it's a similar problem to Drake. Her best trait is gone. No more drive, man. Drive is the best thing that's ever happened to Elizabeth. And now she's back where she belonged back then. Back then, in the old tier list, she was a C.
She's
And now,
back there again.
she's back here. She's back here.
The only...
After the effort of trying to put her into B.
Yep.
Nothing.
Nothing
It
has
was all
changed.
for nothing. It was all for nothing.
Unfortunately, the lack of mystic codes and drive really hampered
Took a toll on her.
Yeah. The only positive that she still has, and this is an actual positive, is Iron Maiden is still a thing. The bugs have not gone away.
The bugs are still there.
The bugs are still there. Iron Maiden's still there, which actually still makes her better than Drake. And because
And you can still kill your allies if you want to. You can even activate their counters if you want
it also
to.
has
So you can
one more
fucking
positive, which is she has a good matchup against Arjuna. So technically speaking, she gets a lot there. And Drake, but that's again not saying anything. That's the equivalent of me saying, oh, you can win against air.
Literally. You can win against the minions in here. You can win against those fucking programmers.
Yeah. Also, if you're talking about multiplayer, Liz is a bit better probably in multiplayer than 1v1. Actually, definitely. But because Iron Maiden. But this is considering also, by the way, there are no repeat characters. We'll make sure of that one.
Why? Why? Come on, man. Come on.
No.
It's not bad. Repeat characters are not bad.
You play goddamn double Liz again, I will punch you. Both you and Hasko.
Oh, it's very fun.
I'm playing Lishu that again, and I will murder you both. Anyways, next C tier, Arjuna. Nothing has changed. Two lists keep sucking your way, and I know, right?
Yeah. Come on, aren't you happy we beat the character you hate with the character?
I'm glad on that format, and I hate you for other reasons. Anyways, Arjuna. Nothing has changed. He got worse because his drive gain is not important. The only reason he's still above Liz is because his skills are high risk, high reward that can actually do something. Sorry. And Agigandiva is still an actual good skill. Also, his drive skills still really good. Oh wait, that doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, even his passive skill, the independent action thing, is pretty useless.
Yeah, so the only thing that comes up is like his skills are like Agnigadeva is still good and Godspeed Bow could still technically do one fight if you actually hit it properly, since they cannot drive out of it anymore. So
But if you're going up against the other characters above the tier, you will definitely have a horrible time.
yep. And that's it for C tier. There is no other character in C tier. Actually, not joking.
Are you kidding? I thought Gastolfo was up here.
Oh yeah, fuck it, I forgot about his existence. Astolfo, well,
Same problems, just lower tier.
lower tier, just like no drive really doesn't help his case. He still has extremely counterable, and you know nothing has changed. I don't have to explain this again. Like, no, he's
Shortest counter, still the same.
still the same. Like his counter is still the weakest in the game. He still has hippogriff weaknesses. He still has the same weakness. Nothing has changed. It's just he went down the tier because everyone else got better. Almost everyone else. Next.
Oh, on the bright side of the characters that got better, we welcome Archimedes.
Yep. Right at the bottom of B.
Come on, buddy.
C.
Hey.
Drop down to C. Yep, basically. Archimedes got
He's
better.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there.
What about Liz? Does Liz have one?
Nope. Anyways,
Very
Archimedes.
analogy.
Archimedes got better because he no longer has to worry about getting drive. Yeah, basically. That's as simple
And
as
the
that.
thing is- And also, the build here is that you don't need to run independent action and mana recovery. So you can run more reds. That means more consistency on his one-shot abilities.
Exactly. So, it's still not 100% chance, but it is more consistent. And not only that, is basically, since he never cared about drive or drive gain, he's actually a little bit better because his basics are pretty good. Also, he goes up. Simple as that. Nothing else to say here. But it obviously doesn't make up for the weaknesses that his skills are not, outside of Odometer, not the best.
Partita's wonky hitbox.
Artizogi Ironbox, Reflection, and every other skill being too slow or immobile.
Even if you go with normal Harpagging, it's still a weird hitbox as well on that one.
Yeah.
That one's also weird.
So, he gets to the bottom of B, but at least he's a little better. Driveless meta. Well, something that hasn't changed in driveless meta, though. Still in B. Nothing has changed. Like,
Still
actually,
decent.
she's still decent. Her NP weakness is still there. So,
But she doesn't hurt herself anymore.
it doesn't hurt herself anymore. That's a positive, but unfortunately, like, she's just, her skills are too slow, which means not much you can do about it. Outside ring, not counting ring, by the way. So, yeah, it's still good, but
Still okay. Still okay.
Robin gets a little bit better, just tiny.
Fine.
Like,
His stealth is very useful here.
yeah, his stealth is very useful since there are no drives to actually stop him from assassinating. It actually him a bit. It doesn't make him a better 1v1 character, definitely not, but
Just makes him a more potent support.
he's just a more potent support. Slightly more potent. The weaknesses that he had still remain the same, and nothing much has changed. Still got really good support skills, still really good range, and he's still an off-point character. Where's that?
Nothing much to change.
Nothing much has changed. On the department of nothing much has changed. Skak! Our weaknesses are the same. Our drive game wasn't really that big of a factor for our game. Our stun is still really good. Her dashes still do a lot of damage and are inconsistent as hell. She still has a kill
Fire
combo.
Fire still breaks shield pretty easily.
Fire still breaks shield pretty easily, and just... yeah, nothing has changed. It's Skak.
That's the end. That's the end of it.
The end of it. There's nothing more to say here. Another... is there any more tier?
Lancelot.
Lancelot. He's still the
He's
same.
the top. He's the top of B.
He's the top of B again. And this time he actually has less shit to worry about since he doesn't need to actually gain drive anymore.
You
Why-
can you
like-
can use the machine gun sparingly this time.
Yeah, more sparingly. But why is he not a higher rank, you're asking? Because he's not the only one who got better. And he's got better isn't good enough to actually make him go any higher. Unfortunately. It is
Yep.
better. It's better. Don't take me wrong. It's just not better than this. Because everyone above is still... actually, there is one character we forgot to talk.
Oh,
Cannot deny
Who
this. You cannot actually deny Altera's mediocrity. This one.
yeah, I agree with that one. I agree with this one.
Like, the Altera without drive gain
It's pretty
really
bad.
is
Really
pretty
sucks.
just okay. Like, her
Yeah.
skills are not bad, don't take me wrong. It's just... Jesus.
She's just
loses-
average.
She's average now.
She's no longer performing in her peak.
Yeah, this is not her peak. Driveless meta is very bad for her, unfortunately. It's not bad
Yep.
for Lancelot, but it is very bad for Altera.
She's not super reliant on attack speed, however, or drive even for that matter. However, it pretty much put her up there in A.
Yeah. But no more drive. No more drive gain.
No,
We're down to
no
B.
more attack speed. Yep.
Okay, now we're gonna actually start A for reasons. And on a giant fall from grace,
Missed.
Gilgamesh really suffers from the lack of mysticodes and drive. A lot.
Yep.
Just
Gate of Babylon becomes super slow.
and
You're
very
forced-
hard to use as well.
You're forced to take at least counter here to survive more often, in my opinion. But you can still run stun.
You can still run stun, but counter will probably be more valuable. His skills, are still effective, don't take me wrong, and his basics are nice, but the main shtick with his basics was to gain drive every time. And his basics were never that amazing. And because of that, and Gate of Babylon's now more niche usage, he really falls out. If someone focuses him, you are in trouble. Your counter goes off, you are officially target number 1, priority to kill in 5 seconds.
Considering the builds of this meta as well, some characters go double defense up, and usually when you use Gate of Babylon back in the other meta, that would usually break the guard. However, this time Gate of Babylon doesn't do that. You can just completely block it if you have double blue, what they call
Double
these things?
blue.
Install skills.
Installs.
Double blue install skills, yeah. If you have obstinate and anti-hero, you can completely block the Gate of Babylon.
Yep.
It's insane. It's insane how he has fallen from being EX and now he's A because of a simple thing.
On the department of down. Not as much of a fall down, but still a fall down. Rex. Now, his biggest problem is not so much the drive loss, it's the Mystic Code loss.
Yep.
He is slow now, and there's no solution for this anymore.
Yep.
He is too
Early's
slow.
age just caught up to him, man. Is that?
Yeah, his age has caught up to him. He's too slow now. He still
He's a
can do
slow
some
old man.
ridiculous stuff, don't get me wrong, but he is very much he's not more reasonable to do. For sure.
He's become Diet Gawain.
Exactly. He's Diet Gawain. But oh, on the department of another character, just down again. The scanner. One more.
Oh yeah. The X guys are falling down.
Freaking hell. We literally took his best tool, which was drive. What happens then? The only things you have to rely on now are his counter and his long range, mid to long range skills. Which means, sorry for any Scanner fan out there, but he's fine, but
he's fallen from grace.
It's a giant fall.
He relies heavily on his drive to do a lot of
his
insane
skill.
things.
Yeah, and now that he doesn't have that, he is a much more reasonable, dealable character. Like, the only thing you should be still scared of is his counter. Did not lose that part. But everything else is a lot more reasonable
It's
and
a lot more mellow.
a lot more manageable.
Unless, however, I forgot to mention this earlier back in the old tier list. Iskandar can sometimes incorporate his drive into his combos as well.
Yeah, it is.
That's one of the thing that was one of the thing that was terrifying about him.
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to be afraid of it.
He does not have a kill combo anymore. We're fine, except if he's countered. But that one, it's not a special.
Yep. Definitely
Okay,
loses it.
now we get to more normal stuff. Kind of. Hey, Ku.
Yes, he's the
Ku
man who
gets a buff.
survived. The man who survives literally got better. Because
Yep.
he does not need to farm for a drive anymore. That means no more random zigzags. You can finally wait for the right opportunity to use it.
Exactly. You no longer are actually good at killing in 1v1 scenarios and stuff. And you don't have drive to screw you over after time. You also don't have to worry as much about being killed because Fang of the Earth exists. So, why is he still only 8 tier even though we just said this? Well,
There are a lot more bullshit characters.
more bullshit
And Ku is hard to
characters.
use.
Ku's hard to use. Q has the kill combo is only around the basic attacks, not around the skills at all.
The thing is, if you're gonna use a full chain of Ku, you're very vulnerable to other people that you haven't hit.
Yep. Exactly. So he's still really good now. Much better. It's meta. Definitely. Because there's not as much things that will just kill you in less than 5 seconds. But there's still stuff that will kill you in 5 seconds. Some characters did not get nerfed from the drive. Or missing. Next character, probably
Narrow time.
Narrow time. That's him.
Yep, it's narrow time.
It's Narrow time. Narrow is still good.
However, there was a slight alteration to her build on this one.
She does not need her buff skill anymore. Because there's no drive anymore. And her buff skill did nothing but give you hit stun against one drive. So, from now on, all you need is heal. Tornado, weirdly enough.
Oddly enough, her tornado, even if you're on 10% health with Narrow, just go to a place filled with the AI, or
Minions.
whatever they call those minion things. Just press tornado, you get back to full health. It's that simple. You don't need to go back to your spawn sometimes.
Yeah.
Just find the populated area and
But
become
be
a vampire. Leech
careful,
off of it.
obviously, because it's still a very, very vulnerable skill. And very easy to counter. Don't just use this, basically what I'm getting. You're still technically getting out of the fight, you just don't have to go back all the way to the base to do this.
It's basically, imagine it as like you're putting on your pants. You wouldn't want to be caught using it.
Exactly. So basically, that's it. Like, nothing else has changed. Their skills are still good skills. As a kill combo, and realistically, it's technically more effective in a way. Okay. I think A tier is almost over. Now the question, I think, with this game, does he go
Lubu
down?
or Karna? Ooh, it's Lubu or Karna.
I think Lubu.
I think Lubu. I think Karna goes below.
Yeah. So I guess sorry,
Because
Karna.
he's becoming slower and slower and slower.
Yeah.
No more attack speed. His weakness is showing now.
Now his weakness actually is a thing. Since we have no mysticals outside of heal, he can no longer solve his issue. And since now his issue is actually a prevalent one, he basically goes down a tier. He's still
Don't get
really
us wrong.
don't
He's
get
still his spear is pretty still pretty good. It's just a one shot. Don't worry about it.
yeah, and he still has a long range on his skills. He's still pretty nice. His dash is still pretty miserable, but like he's now pretty slow, and that is a weakness that can exploit. And since he has no drive to get the fuck out of dodge, you get the. And now
He's
S
very
tier,
vulnerable.
the biggest increase in tiers probably in this goddamn tier list. Lubu is a nightmare to deal with. Without trying.
Absolutely. Literally, you're running away from Sonic the Hedgehog, but worse.
Yeah. So every weakness that Lubu had goes down out the window, basically, except the point that he's still reliant on his buff skill. That is still there.
And he's probably still afraid of counters.
And he's still afraid of counters. But since drive is gone, Lubu is probably the deadliest servant in the game if he catches you. He is even deadlier than before. There is no more panic, get the fuck out of dodge button unless your name is Amya. Outside of counter. Like,
slow fields and counters are the only things that you're gonna be afraid of as Lubu.
yeah, that's why he's going no higher. This. Like, only because of those really big counters. But like, you don't deal with this anymore. This guy now deals with you, not reverse. He has a really good matchup against basically everyone below him now. Except maybe Coob, but that's mainly because Fang. And also Lancelot.
Skill matchup.
And
Yep,
Lancelot.
skill match.
But that's skill match at that point. Like, even Jean is not that much of a problem because Jean's counter is not fast enough to care. And the Stolfos is too little range to even give a shit up.
But you're going to be afraid of a Stolfo because of a different thing.
Yeah, the Hippogriff. Can't deal with it anymore. For reals. But yeah. Either way, that's S tier. The first S tier character. Second S tier character. Arjuna no longer has that weakness she had. So, remember Invisible Air having priority over everything? Right? Well then, how do you like that? And not having the issue of having to deal with drive? Yeah, she's ridiculously now. Like,
even if you think that she's gonna go weaker because she doesn't get drive fast anymore, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. That means she just can one shot you faster.
SSSSEXX tier. Excalibur tier. It's
Excalibur. Don't worry about it. He can just one shot you faster now.
Yeah, so still has a few weaknesses, of course. Again, Excalibur still takes a bit to come out. Attacks. Like, doesn't matter because the rest of her skills were good anyways, and her basics are pretty good as well. So she is still really. The next character.
Amya stays the same.
Actually, it goes below a certain other character. Amya is the last tier. Like, it doesn't matter that he lost his drive. His skills are still really, really good. Like, all his skills are still really good. His buff skill is really good. Runting is still a get out of dodge ability with good damage. Like, nothing much has changed. Like, yeah, he doesn't have drive or mystic codes, but he didn't need either of those. Best couple. Nice. And to relatively round out S, we have two more characters. First off, Charlie.
Charlie. Ah, this monster.
This
guy.
man. Sky's the limit.
When you use his buff skill now, remember when we told you that he was a nuke before?
Now he's a guaranteed nuke.
For like 40 seconds, he's a living nuke.
For 40 seconds, you basically have to run away from him. You do not have a choice in this manner. He hit you once with a basic attack, you are gonna die. Unless you have a counter. Like, you will die. His skills being slow don't matter as much anymore.
Because you just need basics.
Yep.
You just need basics.
And even then, he still has the super armor on skills. He still has the super armor on his skills. That doesn't make a difference. He still has the stun. That's really good.
You can replace the circle with the stun.
Yeah, just use the stun instead now. Like, you don't need the circle anymore. Just use the stun.
And the thing is, the stun is so fast it looks like a basic attack.
Yep.
You can hide it within a basic attack also. You can use basic attack and then instantly stun. And then you wait for the cooldowns of your abilities that kill them. Or you can just poke them to death with a stick, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Finally, the last S tier character.
A huge jump.
Not really, he was A+. He jumped half a tier. Not really a huge jump.
Oh him. I thought you were talking about the other one.
No, that's left. We'll talk about that in a second. Gilgamesh only got better because his weakness is gone. Like, what else we gotta say? It's like, the only reason I don't put him in EX is because we're not sure how effective. Actually, he probably should be EX, shouldn't he? Like, the big slow. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I put him in EX as well, but yeah, it's probably dependent on the map. But we're using that
Stormy
map
Sea,
for
so
this.
S.
We're using Stormy Sea, so it's probably just he
just
stays.
S. He's S.
He stays.
Stays in S. Top of S. He's literally close to being really broken in this type of setup. Also, we're not counting this, obviously. But, like, nothing has changed. Like, he's still really good kill combo. Really good slows, and no more weaknesses. Outside of maybe relatively mediocre basics. Which doesn't matter, he doesn't use enough. So, what the hell is the problem here, officer? There's no more. It's like, he can go... Like, the only reason he's not EX is because his slow feel is dependent on the map. And Stormy Sea, while it's a really good map for it, it's not the best
Only
map.
Only a few choke points on that one.
Yeah, there's some.
Yeah, I know. It's a few. Just a few stairs.
But there's that one area that's like nothing. There's no that one.
Yeah, that big ass field. Definitely not.
Okay, finally we're getting to EX tier.
Wait, Medusa? Oh, wow, really?
Mm-hmm. I'm actually probably slow. So, Medusa just went up 3 tiers, didn't it? Okay, no bias here. I will explain to the best of my ability why. Remember when I said in B+ that our only actual major weakness was drive gain? Remember what's gone now. It is gone. This was the only thing keeping her back from being a ridiculously good character. The only other thing you can maybe consider the weakness was their lack of range. It doesn't matter anymore. Realistically.
Best buff skill, best stun, amazing basics, kill combo.
What else?
Absolutely. She's almost the full package. Now she only needs a counter.
Exactly. She is basically a full package at this. Like, the lack of a counter is the only thing that's keeping her from going any probably higher. But like, that's it. Like,
does she even need it? She doesn't even.
No, she doesn't need it. She doesn't need the counter. Like, no bias in this one. No actual bias. Like, her only major weakness is gone. Like, it was a very big weakness. Like, it really was. This is just to show you how big of a weakness that was. It's like, that is 2.5 tiers.
Even if you say that she can't get close to characters that have long range, that's where you're wrong.
She
She has
can.
attack speed and movement speed.
She gets
She can even
movement
teleport
speed.
if she has movement speed and she has teleport. If you
Yeah.
choose teleport, that is.
If you just
That
teleport,
is
you
not
can
a
move.
problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem to Medusa.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we should probably test the teleports. Ooh,
Yeah. Oh god.
who might,
Q might go
oh
up a
god,
tier. Q might go up a tier.
ooh.
Q is not EX. Like, he does have a few
Yeah,
issues,
probably
especially lack of consistency with game ball and no kill combo. That's still a thing.
But
But
yeah,
Medusa
but
does not have that.
Mhm.
Medusa has
Uh,
everything. For a completely
Absolutely.
great, especially in 1v1s. She might be like the second best 1v1 character outside of this guy. We're not talking about that yet. But we'll get to him.
He'll get his turn. He'll get
Weirdly
his
enough,
turn.
I'm actually, and now we get to the really broken. Weirdly enough, I'm actually inclined to do this. Just slightly inclined.
Yeah, I'll probably go Darius first, but you do you.
No, below Medusa.
Oh, Blue Medusa. Leon, that's fine. That is fine. I understand it, but
Um,
I probably think they're interchangeable.
okay.
I think
They're interchangeable. Okay, well, let's do Darius first. He's actually probably. Darius is still ridiculous. Like, he still has. Don't. He still hits like a truck. Lost the Berserker problem. But, like, the only reason I say Medusa is better because she's actually faster. That is it. Like, it is only on the pure department that is basics. While they're fast, they're not so fast that you can't do shit about it. That is it. Like, he's still ridiculous. Don't take me wrong, but, like, it's probably at the bottom of EX. What about you? Maybe pushing.
eh, I understand. I understand it. I understand it. Medusa can run away from Darius, is what I'm getting from
Yeah,
this.
that as
You can run. You can run to him. You can run away from him. You're
teleport into
basically
him.
you're a mosquito to Darius, and Darius does not know that you have a deadly disease.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, but it worked.
You,
Okay.
you can even you can do the teleport cheese with Medusa. Teleport stun on
Yep.
Darius, and it will instantly stun him.
Yep. Next up,
Assuming you don't have lag, that is.
the Shuan. He still like he
That's
still
so
has
good.
Becca
Come on.
will strike. Nothing has changed. Like, yeah,
He still
okay.
crits. Still crits.
Still crits. He still will kill you. There's no difference. Still. Now,
He just
number
doesn't have
two.
drive anymore.
There's a reason why she's up here. Sawamo is
Heal.
not that good a character, but heal is broken without drive. There is no actual possible way you're gonna kill her outside of one-shotting while heal is up. There is any
What's a counter?
team, what's a counter? Any team that has her in the goddamn fight will win. On the pure department, there's nothing they can do, the enemy team can do about her goddamn heal.
Plus, she's also good in 1v1s as well.
And she's also good in 1v1s. Like, 1v1 scenario, you have a major advantage in your sustain. Like, unless you really fuck up because the rest of her skills are not that amazing. Like, it doesn't matter, you'll probably win eventually. Like, they have to go back to base to heal. You don't.
You don't even have to kill them, just drop them low, make them desperate.
Yeah, exactly. Just
Mess with them mentally, just heal.
and to this ending, and this will make some really happy now.
Yay! Let's go!
You're explaining this one. I am done. I'm done.
Wait,
No,
hey, it's your show, man. It's your show. This is the Dark Clock channel.
kill me. So remember
Come on,
the
Dark
one.
Cloak.
Fine. Remember the again. This is the same as Medusa, but remember the one kind of weakness he had. If you remember from last year list, which was only decent drive. What is gone from this equation? Where's the drive? Right? Or means that he now not only has no actual weakness to properly say, he still has literally the best close range skill in the game, or highest damage one at the very least, not the best, the highest damage one. He still has a ridiculous counter, he still has a ridiculous buff, he still has a ridiculously good long range skill, he still has really good kill combos, and he still has the passive bonus of extra defense and extra attack. He's still the only character Lancelot cannot kill combo to death. Which means there is now literally no character in this game outside of possibly this one that doesn't exist that can actually properly fight him in a proper 1v1 scenario. He will win. 99% of the time, he'll probably win. If you consider the same skill levels are fighting. If
don't worry about it. The only thing you need to fight him with is 2 Elizabeths, and you'll be fine.
2 Elizabeths cheesing the living shit out of you, and even then it's this close. By the way, still this close. Even in a 1v2 scenario. So in a multiplayer scenario, he is the best, bar none, point character in the game without drive being involved. There is no character better than he is at staying on the point. Not even Ku, with his goddamn invincibility, can keep up the amount of bullshit that is on this character's kit. And with that, the
thing is, even with defense install skills, Mr. Gawain here can still deal a lot of damage.
Like, exactly. Like, even without Mystic Codes, he's still fast enough that he will murder you. He doesn't need to go to you. You have to go to him. And that's what he wants.
Yeah. And when you go to him,
you die.
And he has when he has full defense Mystic Code, if you hit him with a Gate of Babylon, that only deals like a quarter of his HP instead of the usual half.
Yep. Also, basically, you won't break his guard anymore either. So, or even more guaranteed, not break his guard.
For him, why would he even need to counter that? He would just block.
Yeah, just
he would
block
just block Gilgamesh's Gate of Babylon. That's it.
I mean, he probably would still counter it. Get off.
Or he would probably just block it just because he thinks it's funny. Who knows,
Yeah.
Gawain players.
Who knows?
Gawain is pretty broken. That's all you get from this.
Yep, pretty much. And with that, this is the last tier list that has. We don't have to talk about that. Nor can we really talk about it. Let's be fair, we haven't actually tested it outside of Drive. But we know Twinkle Star, and Twinkle Star is still.
No.
It's still bullshit. That has not changed.
Still bullshit. Maybe she's on the same tier as Gawain at this point. I don't know, because she is probably here, but still, she's paid to win, and you lose money in the process of buying that character. So that means she must be good.
Yeah, exactly. It better, so to speak, for the price you paid. And with that, this is the end of the Driveless tier list. Make sure to screenshot it if you want, otherwise I'll just Discord channel. I'll even put this one in other.
I'll link one.
Yeah. First. I call it driveless tier list, but it's also not stick codes. Get it. Don't move. Don't move at all. Yeah, you don't need to go in. And now we're gonna put the other one.
Oh yeah, the other one as well. The old tier list is outdated. You put Tamamo somewhere else. That's the other one as well. Yeah, you updated a little bit now because you put Tamamo higher. Ah, I love this unbalanced game. When Extella Link 2 drops, they better add Alice.
Yeah. But as you can see, by the way, from the difference of both tier lists, by the way, I don't know if I cannot show it here, but like if you still remember kind of like how the tier list the other one looked, Driveless is actually more balanced than the other one. Think about it. It is a lot more compact and more of a pyramid than
It looks, it looks like almost like a cube if you think about it.
yeah, exactly. It looks almost like a cube. It's a lot more balanced with only like a slight edge at the bottom for characters. Realistic. Like these 4 characters are the ones that are kind of still like wrong or still too
Really
weak.
sad. They're really
Yeah,
depressing.
but it is. This is after we played. We at least I feel that Driveless and Mystic Codeless feels more balanced. Cube A is more of a prism, so it is. So it's funny. But yeah. Like I feel like Driveless gameplay is more not only more balanced but more interesting and fun than with Drive after we've tried it. So to that, I'm gonna leave this one. We're not done yet. The stream is done. This is called a tier list and guide list. One more thing we have to do. I have a few guides to remake. Two of them to be specific. Ashim was here to help me with those two. With one of them. Obviously, one of those is Liz. So we'll get there when we get. But before I finish, I would like to at least from now on, at least this is for for the Discord link. We can have. I would like to put up a petition, not a petition, a statement to stop using Drive and Mystico from now on in our matches. Only because I feel that it not only is it more balanced, it is a lot more fun and enjoyable to play than when you're after Drive.
We should ask people. We should ask people.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe just get their consent first, so
yeah, of course, get their consent. That's. But even if we don't, like, that's fine. We can still make kind of a league for the normal, a league, quote unquote. Don't have enough for that, but a league for normal play. So normal tier list applies here, and one for the driveless one, where people who don't want to deal with the bullshit can just go to play and have fun, and not use drive or mystic.
The only thing we'll have to deal with in this one is the towers. That's
yeah,
it.
we can't really solve that.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's the only thing.
We can solve that issue a little bit, but it's going to be pretty boring. We can fix it with having the same class.
Yeah, but that's boring and uninteresting, and we couldn't do it with assassin.
Yeah, everyone's just Li Xuan.
Because Li Xuan. So instead of doing that, we'll just play with towers. At least that's 2 mechanics that basically break the game literally off, and we can actually have fun with base kits because their base kits are fun themselves. The drive skill is the only thing I wish I could keep without the drive whole shenanigan of drive. That is the only thing I wish I could keep, but then we'd have to change things. Some of them are very broken or very bad. So that's why I also cannot test that.
Yeah. Who will be good with drive game on this without the mystic codes? I wonder who.
Without the mystic codes, Gilgamesh.
Probably Gilgamesh.